fast. It is so electrifying. Speaking of must-watch, there's been a man that has been around the WWE for a majority of my life.
Unlocked.
He's been preaching the good shit. Hustle.
Hey, what's going on,
loyalty,
Akatsu? You get to
respect.
see it tonight?
When you heard that, all you thought to yourself was, wow, here's a hard-working man who gives his all to his professional
Is MK9 even
and to
working on
his
the
people.
PS3 still?
Here's a guy who's going to be able
I guess
to
the online's
ascend
working
to
if
the
the Mortal
mountaintop
Kombat arcade
and not
collection
just
works
get there
on
and
there,
hang
then I'm
out and
assuming
see and then drop. No,
MK9
for
works
20
also.
years, show up night after night after night, understanding that the work only starts when you get to
one of
the
my
top
least
and
favorite
carry the
characters
company in beautiful fashion.
Walked
for
right
2
into that
decades.
one.
He's a man that has been discussed as a goat by the voice of
It's so hard to play this game. Which one,
Michael
MK9 or
Cole
MK2?
for the better half of the last decade, let alone the fact now that he's the all-time leader in world
Block
title
of
run.
Baraka.
The way that he did it last night at WrestleMania, going to tarnish everything that this man has done for 20 years. Is him being a backstabber, ball-kicking, heel of Italian, going to ruin all the
How
great
dare you just like dude Baraka like that? I
He's made
apologize.
more wishes for
I'm
making
saying he's not good. You just gotta know different.
He's an actual actor. Every movie he did is a bad
Clucking
Right
bell!
now,
If you enjoy it,
these people
the chicken didn't die in
think he's an
vain.
asshole.
Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, our champion for the 17th
What's going on, Crimson King? Good to see you. What's up, Daryl? You have some great content. I play your videos to go to sleep to. Well, I'm glad my content is calming enough to put you to sleep.
It is vital that you bring it to them.
Double Baraka, weakest fatal in the game. Hey, that's a good fatal. Eduardo says Shang Fun. Headlock says not on PS3 sadly, they shut MK9 servers off. Available on the 360. Cool. I don't know, usually we feed the tree demons, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it against Nova. She's got way too good for that. She's a high D rank, I think. So,
I feel like a helicopter pilot.
there we go, the most frustrating thing.
I
would
She
trust
got
you.
it.
John, your captain for this afternoon. We are cruising at 32,000 feet.
Ooh, that was interesting.
I feel like I'm at 40,000. If you're at 32,000, I'm at 40.
I can tell, man. How you feeling?
Great, how are you?
It looks like you're feeling pretty good.
Congratulations, John Cena, 17 times.
I don't know if I can do the Babel versus reptile,
17 times.
especially against Genova. We'll see.
Well, now that that's out of the way, what can we discuss? What's going on in everybody's life?
It's funny how some people find the Babality to be an insult.
Mr. Cena, when you made the decision
finishers of the game.
to kick
Because of that,
Cody
you gotta embrace
Rhodes
it.
directly in the groin, was that just the beginning of the mind games, knowing that whenever it came to WrestleMania, whenever it came time for Big Match John to show up, that maybe that would get in the back of his mind, and you would inevitably, 1, 2, 3, become a world champion? Was all of this just for last night to happen, or is all of this because it's how you truly feel about these wrestling fans, who I think, in their words, have disrespected you over the last 20 years or so?
That's a very long-winded way for me to hear a question that sounds like, hey, there's a really cool thing going on television on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. And I want you to spoil Monday Night Raw and SmackDown for me. So I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay.
I appreciate
Do I have an ASMR?
what we're doing on television.
Oh, you do have an
and I
ASMR
think
relaxing voice.
You've been in those seats.
Well, thank you
guys
for that,
have both
Naruto.
been
I do
there
appreciate
for the excitement of Raw and the excitement of SmackDown.
Sometimes I
and
think
the
your
excitement of
relaxing
WrestleMania.
voice comes out more when I'm tired.
There's just certain lines I'm not going to cross that I can
I know when I scream Toasty, that's not relaxing.
So what I'm hearing with that question is, hey, in this awesome TV show, while we're in the middle of the season, can you give me a spoiler? And my answer is no.
Okay, so no
The arcade
spoilers.
sticks,
How about
yeah, I
this?
love the
Could you
sound
give me
of
an
the buttons
inside
on
look
the
in your brain
Mortal
when
Kombat
that
arcade
place is
collection
saying, let's
fight
go
stick.
Cena, much louder than the Cena
Therapeutic
chants?
almost.
Was there ever a time where you maybe said, you know what, yeah, hey, thank you.
All right,
Was there a
currently at
moment of,
199
you know what,
people,
these
ladies
people
and gentlemen.
have
That's
been
very
riding
cool.
alongside of
Kind of
me.
goes up and
these
down.
people still
190 and
do
200 right
John
now.
Cena. Did you think about that
Only
last
point that
night
out
when you were
because
in there?
I like
Not once. I've been pretty. I've been
just
pretty
for personal
clear.
reasons.
that I've done a lot of work on myself to make sure that I'm okay with me. And I think once you get to that
We got
point,
Mortal Jason here.
you have love in your life, starting with self-love, and you have loving connections in your life.
Currently playing the one and only
You begin to
Genova.
realize the things that are most important. I reference your team.
K2.
I always see the same
Mortal
people
Jason,
around
if you want to play a
have
few
your-
on here,
you have your
show
family,
the
you have your
audience
close circle, you have people that you love,
true
and that's awesome.
professionals like.
Times are good, but I know
By all
you know
means,
about
let's do
this.
it. I don't mind
Times get
losing to you.
tough. Those
I
are
will
the only
definitely
people
try
you got.
my hardest
So I've
against
been-
you, but
I've been on a hell of a ride.
you make things happen that I've never
Folks
seen.
Ride
Never
with
even
me,
knew was
and
possible.
through the good times, you know, maybe there's a lot of people, and through the bad times, there's very few. And those are the people I try to focus my time
Shoot.
effort straight on.
Well, you need to know.
Oh, Genova
There's
with
been
the
a few of us
comeback.
that have been there through it all. Schmidt is one of them. He has a question for you, Mr. Cena.
What's up, Double Danny? Good to
Without,
see you
well,
tonight.
listen, John, you know what I was actually just going to say? Mine's less of a
Appreciate you
question,
joining.
more just, I'm in your corner. I'm right
Chat
in
summary.
that,
Viewers
in
are
that boat,
discussing
rowing
Mortal
with you.
Kombat, and
I'm
I'm happy
you know,
for Mortal Jason.
Everyone
who's
has taken
streaming.
You know, you were great. I think I had too.
So I backed out of the
I'll
chat,
admit,
came
so I
back
want
in,
you
and
to
then
be
the
at-
AI.
Did you think this would be done with that? No, man, I'm cool with this. I love
You'll
learning
do it?
different
All right.
stuff. By the way, thank you for sharing that. Keep
Catch
going.
you.
Yeah, so I was
Yeah,
basically
small
just going to say,
MK3,
I
we
want
can
you
do
to
that.
take this thing farther than maybe these
We're
people.
about an hour and
What-
35
what-
minutes in.
I don't know.
Definitely
Coming
do a
down the
few.
ramp and, you know,
Pretty
if you
sure
spit in my
Catchy's a
face,
pro also.
I'll eat it. I can't go.
I might get my ass kicked for
It's
10 straight, but it's all good. It's all
There
for
might-
the
there
love
might be
of the
some-
game, right?
A fetish site or something.
Well, I mean, come on, John. Let's not go that far. I mean,
Hey, there's something out there for everybody. I don't judge nobody.
Have you thought about that, though?
Have I thought about spitting in your face and you eating it?
No.
Not until you just brought it up, but then I'm like, man, maybe we can, you know, like a pay-per-view
Boom.
sort of thing.
Mortal
I don't
Jason
think
taught me that.
Yeah,
Right there.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah, you done Only. Hey,
Yeah, I got an OnlyFans page. I got an OnlyFans page. Yeah. So
I can try.
we're gonna table that idea.
Okay. All
That's
right. All right. I like that.
We're gonna sidebar that later on.
Have you thought though? Like I've even scratched the surface on this yet. There's so much lower I can go. I can really scrape the bottom of the barrel on this thing, and these people have no idea. Have you given that any consideration?
Well, I don't know. I can only control what I can control, right? So I don't know how many people actually listen to what I say. I'm going to ruin wrestling. So,
Ladies and gentlemen,
they'll find out tonight on Monday Night Raw.
why
the
is
next
that?
step.
Why is that? Wrestling
thank you very much,
has given
Genova,
so much,
for the battle.
so much to all of us.
Tough. You definitely kept me on my toes once again.
I am so exhausted,
I do appreciate that.
and I have given everything to this. And
Thank you very much, Genova.
It
MK2
is,
Everlast. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give her a
it
rap
is
horn.
instant gratification. Like
Round of applause.
this, for me, that's love, man.
So, who do we have
When
next?
even though this is an employee of the company,
Mortal
we
Jason.
spent over
All right,
2
ladies and
decades.
gentlemen, I gotta put my
That right there is
headband
love.
on. Gotta get in the zone
I
and
don't
get
have
ready for the.
I don't have much of that
severe
beyond
ass
this,
kicking.
because
Not from my end,
as
that's
much
for
as
sure.
these people
Anybody here is
see
new
what
to
I
the
show
stream,
them,
new to
they
the
don't
channel.
know me, and they'll never know
I'm going to be playing,
me.
in my
They'll
opinion,
never know who I am. And,
who I think is the best Mortal
man, it's
Kombat
just-
2 player of
you
all
say
time.
that you've given me so much.
Some might,
Dude, I've also
want to
given
argue with that.
every effing thing I have.
Even Mortal Jason
And
will
now
argue with
I'm
that.
at my sunset,
this
and
guy
I don't
does stuff that
have,
I've
you know, like
never
I don't.
seen.
None of these people know me, man.
It blows my mind every time I play this.
You know, like
So,
if we didn't
Mortal
do any
Jason,
of that
if you
stuff
are ready,
together, like,
Good
yeah,
games
I
once
mean,
again, Genova.
for
I
real, you guys
appreciate
were
the,
there.
the
That's great, but I'm the one falling down.
A lot
Like,
of fun. A lot of
and that's, I don't know, man. Like
fun. Let's give Fierce Tom if he's on here. He doesn't look like he's on here right
Dude.
now.
You can't. Greatest,
no, that's
greatest of all time.
none of you are going to be able to see any wrestling because I'm going to ruin
So
it.
Fierce Tom,
Okay.
top of the list here.
So
A
like,
ranking.
whatever,
I'm
man.
playing the
And
first two of 5.
That's
I will
all I
probably
got to
get
say
bumped
about that.
down
Like, it's not a matter of like,
if I'm not
how
already
far
beat.
can I stick the knife?
But ladies and
No,
gentlemen,
I'm just going to shut it
be
down.
quiet
That's
during
it.
this. I'm going to try my best.
John, I was very critical of you in the beginning of this
Something.
Dude, you've been critical for me 20
Hopefully we
years.
can. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the
I
True
think because
Pro,
it was such a shock
Mortal Jason,
when all this went down,
Fierce
knowing
Tom.
you for as long as I have,
Let's do this.
and not knowing that this was going to happen. I mean, it affected me emotionally. It really did. But in retrospect, and I said it last night, You're the GOAT. In my mind, you're the greatest of all time. It doesn't matter how you act in the ring now, how you acted 20 years ago. And I said this on commentary. When you won your 17th world title last night and people were bitching and moaning about how you won it, and you know, Travis Scott got involved or whatever the garbage was, at the end of the day, Ric Flair was the dirtiest player in the game, and he won many championships in the same way that you did last night. So for people to be critical of the way you won your 17th title, I think
I'm just kind of unorthodox because I don't play like the other pros
you've
used to playing, so maybe I get a hit in,
the greatest run of anybody that I've ever been around, and I congratulate you for that. Now, I don't love a lot of the things you're saying about a lot a lot of people, but I do respect everything that you've given me and you've given
Mortal
me.
Jason doesn't usually do finishing moves, but he will, I'm sure, for the
There's three sides to every story. There's mine, there's yours, and there's the truth somewhere in the middle. Unlike all of these people, sometimes you get lost in the sauce. Everybody gets together, a group like this, you guys all get loud, you all get emotional. I'm a student of the game, and I said it Friday night on SmackDown, like winners write history.
You know, Liu Kang
And I
is the
don't
probably
get
obvious
lost in
choice.
the sauce. I focus on writing history, and that's why I'm where I'm at. You know, for a lot of years when you get caught up into this, being a kid from a small town coming from nothing, coming from farmland and the imagination land, to get here is, I'm not supposed to be here.
Gotta just chop them
so
down.
you do get lost in all the enthusiasm and the energy, and then you kind of realize, like, oh man, this is coming to an end. What are the things selfishly that I want to do?
Countered with
okay,
high punch
I got
there.
a legitimate chance to write
Things
history.
I never knew possible.
So I don't care what anyone else thinks
knew
about
that
my
was coming
choices
alright.
at the current time. I'm gonna do finally what I want to do for me.
And you know,
you're entitled to that, John.
Jason is the
Whether
Mortal Jason is
your
the
perspective is irrelevant.
This is
It's
how
my-
I know
it's
we're
my
living in the
choice, and
Matrix
it's my
right now,
decision,
because,
and I'm just gonna do what I want to do. And I know that
does
that's not
things
gonna
that
mesh well with everybody. But
even the
say
Matrix
what you
can't
want
do.
about my actions
He is
currently,
Neo.
say
He
what
is
you
the-
want about my
he is the
behavior in the
one.
past. You can't knock my hustle.
Look at that. Knocks me off
You
the
can't knock
spike.
my loyalty
Have you
to this
ever
company
seen
and
that?
brand. You can't knock the respect that I have for the people before me, and you can't
never
knock
seen
the
that
fact that
before.
I'm honest.
They hit me into the spikes
single day
and
that
knocked
I've
me off.
stepped in
Jerome
the ring,
Sinclair,
I've been
Fight
honest
Kate
and
is
vulnerable
free.
with the audience.
Absolutely.
And right now, I'm not
Vinny, I
meshing
told
well
you,
with
this
you guys,
guy's gonna
and I'm
make
just
you
being
see
straight
things
with
that
you
you've
guys.
never seen. Reptiles,
I sort of
probably
Pat.
worst character in this game.
So it's okay
You're gonna see some shit.
for a
I'll tell
group
you
of
that.
people to have a negative reaction towards me, and I'm supposed to say, "Oh,
There we go.
you're
Got one
entitled
hit.
to do what
Great.
you want." But if I'm not feeling well, if I'm having a bad day, if I'm for a second feeling grumpy and I don't want to deal with that BS, I can't do that. I can't tell you how I
do
feel.
not want him to go
That's not
invisible.
a functional relationship. That's
that it
not
matters,
good.
visible
And that's
or
what I mean.
invisible.
Like
Toxic.
this is not
Toxic.
good. This is not good. Is what I'm saying. Like.
One-way street, brother.
And if I got one more thing to do before I go out, it's teach these people what
How
a
does he react
functional
so quickly?
relationship is, because they don't know.
You know what? He's been playing this since
That's
the
very nice
beginning.
of you to do that. I think it's good.
Since the beginning of time.
Leaving
He
place
actually
better than when
created
you left
this
it.
That's all I'm trying to do. Man.
Unless you ruin wrestling, which
He is
we
one
can't
with the
have.
Matrix. Listen,
Dog,
if
I'm
you,
just gonna shut it down. That's all.
if any of you are
Here's
fans
the
of
thing.
the show,
Ruining wrestling is. There's going to be a show. Everybody's
show Black
replaceable.
Mirror.
There's
Take a look.
always
There's
another
one
show.
episode that kind of reminded me
I'm going to make wrestling
of
start. That championship is coming
just
home with
Mortal
me,
Jason,
and
to
I
be
will be
honest.
the last
We're
undisputed
done. We're done. We're
WWE
cooked
champion.
with the
Period.
fatality.
So they're going to have to make a new title. They're going to have to start the clock over again. And whoever is that
flowchart,
first champion, whether it's
DNA,
Cody Rhodes,
so
whether
many
it's
options.
Dirty Dom, whether it's Logan Paul, whether it's Braun Breaker, doesn't
Black
matter.
Mirror, so the new
They'll be
season's
the
out
first
there,
one.
666.
Bruno, Hogan, Austin,
And,
Rock,
I'm 3 episodes
HBK,
into it,
Taker,
and it's
Game,
pretty friggin'
every
cool.
name you can imagine. CM Punk,
They show the
that comes
Dreamcast in
home
Black
with
Mirror.
me. Because that's what I've earned, and that's what I want to do.
I
I
don't
want
even-
to
I don't
write
even know who to
history,
use.
and I'm going to put
So
my
his
stamp
jacks,
on the
you'll see
business
multiple
by
ground
taking
pounds
that
probably.
piece of the business home with me.
Yes.
Hey,
We
you
all,
know
we
what?
all, we all talk about this new era, and we talk about how the business is changing. Well, I'm taking the last piece of tradition of the business home with me, and you guys can figure out how to settle the dust when I'm gone. Period.
Jeez. Wow. All right, well, I'm excited to see how they
Hey,
rebuild.
yo, you're a headline guy. There it is. Boom. I'm not going to spoil TV for you, but there's your headline.
Thank you for and thank you for giving us a little clarity on why you're doing what you're doing as well.
Jim
No,
Rat,
I'm not
Ellen
ignorant.
Ripley.
I'm not saying that there's never going to be another show. Of course there is. You guys will be here next year without me. If you get your year after without me, I don't care. I'm cool. I'm cool in closing this chapter of my life. There's one piece I'm taking home with me, and that's so you
Look at
guys
that.
can
It's
figure out
beautiful.
how you
Yeah,
want to do it from here on out.
My goodness.
Because you're not the
my
same
goodness.
folks.
Double
I keep
ground pound.
Period.
Jeez. Wow. We've all grown
Ah, we got
because of
200.
you.
Great.
I'm not the
All
same
right,
person
you know
I
what?
started
There's
20 years ago
that
either.
200
Well,
squad.
if you carry a company for 20 years, obviously there's going to be a lot of difference.
I don't care what you're doing. If you're the same person you are 2 years ago, you're not doing it right. There should always be growth. There should always be development.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every moment.
Yeah.
With that being said, I thought you looked really good in the ring.
Absolutely.
So you're the one?
I thought you looked jacked.
I actually did too.
I thought you looked really jacked.
Three. Yeah.
I thought there was you picked. I mean, there was a lot of strength. I mean, you looked prime John Cena.
Look at that.
You
He
have
knows
run
there's
out of
nothing I
shit to
can
talk
do.
about, huh? Now you're talking about my fitness?
No, because the last time is now is what everybody's saying. You just said my last WrestleMania.